Okay, we're here with Nithin. He's a crypto evangelist, chief investment officer. We're here at the Futurist Conference. How are you enjoying the conference so far?
Good so far. It's pretty big. It's amazing. We got what, 2,500 people out here. It's Toronto. It's pretty big. I didn't expect it to be so big. It's huge.
Pretty exciting. Like it's a new concept. It's kind of almost got a different flavor to it, which I guess hence the name Futurist.
Yes, I guess the idea is to talk about what is the next step in the blockchain space. What is the future? Because it's nascent. It started. It has reached till here, and the markets are crashing at the moment. So what is the future? What are the problems? How can they be solved? What are the ideas that are coming forward? I guess that's where it goes. You see.
And on that subject, in your mind, what do you think the future holds? Medium-term future, next year, the year after. What do you think the main obstacles we need to overcome in the space?
See, the biggest obstacle I feel is that we have to get more adoption, okay? People have to be taught about it. So there's only a very few set of people who know about it. There are the geeks, there are the libertarians, there are the speculators. But it has to go beyond that. So the main thing I think is simpler interfaces have to come. Simpler wallets, simpler interfaces where people can, understand, okay, they don't need to know that behind the scenes it's blockchain, but their daily stuff should still happen, with the interfaces that they're used to or which can be better. Now, the second thing, besides people, and somebody has to do a lot of marketing to make retail shops take crypto. So it need not be Bitcoin because Bitcoin it's much more expensive. Gas is higher. Ethereum, the gas is higher. But there are others which are much lower in fees. Okay, so something like that has to happen. There's a lot of evangelists are required, or a lot of biz dev guys are required from marketing it. Education, very, very, very key thing. A lot of people have to get involved, and there's a mass movement in education that has to happen. Now, that is from letting people get adopted to it. But from the development side, I think the biggest issue is scalability, and that has to be fixed. And there's a lot of work going on the scalability side to make sure that this thing scales beyond, like to do 100,000 or 1 million transactions a second. And there are multiple projects that are working on it. And then interoperability is another very big key thing, because you have apps on one platform that does not work on the other one. So imagine if you had a phone, you buy a new phone that you couldn't call people who had an older phone. We wouldn't be buying new phones, right? So we have all the new apps that are coming out which cannot talk to the old ones. So that has to be fixed. So somebody will figure that out. There are multiple projects over there also that are working, you see. It's going to happen.
Is that just a matter of time and collaboration in the space?
Time and collaboration, because the space is so nascent. It's like adolescence, you see. It's growing pains. We're just growing. And the money has come in, a lot of money has come in, and that has to be deployed to the right people, in the sense there were a few set of geeks who were there, but we need more to come from who are working in maybe aerospace or something like that. And they have to be pulled in, they have to understand the space, and these guys will eventually, it'll come up. That the competition and the money, the capital, all that together will solve that problem. It's going to take some time. I'm not saying it's going to happen tomorrow, no. It's just started. It's like saying, we didn't have Facebook in 1978, but emails were there from 1978. People generally started using it after the browser came. So it's after that UX that people started using email. And it took another 12 years from there to really see social media, which is what we are now using on a regular basis.
It's good to put it in perspective on that timeline, kind of Web 1, Web 2, and now kind of going into Web 3. It's not going to happen overnight.
It's not going to happen overnight. If you're not involved, you'll never see when it happened. You will only see after it happened. So you have to be involved at every step to see how that evolution is happening. Otherwise, you're just a user. And it's fine. If that is a choice you want to make. Do you just want to be a user, or do you want to see that something awesome has happened and do you want to work in it and be at every step of it, you see?
Now, on the subject of users, do you think we'll get to a critical level of adoption where people are going to be using blockchain and they're not even going to know it? It doesn't even matter to them.
Right, it'll get there. So think about it. I'll put an analogy for that, okay? So people are using Google, Facebook. Do they know that they're using TCP/IP? Who knows? There's nobody who knows. Of all the 2 billion people who are using Facebook, not even 0.001% would know that it works because of TCP/IP, right? Same way, people are going to use the apps or products on top of blockchain, they won't even know.
And they don't need to know, do they?
They don't need to know. It's exactly. That's going to happen. Just like in the internet, it's going to be faster because during the time of the internet was not there. Now we have the internet, so it's
building on top of a network.
Yes, we're building. There is that network. The information is flowing around the world. Now we just have to let value flow around the world. We just have to get people involved in the value transformation or that transaction.
And it'll create things we can't even see right now.
Most of the things, I don't even know where this is going. Like, for example, if you asked me a year ago that CryptoKitties would come up, I would never even thought about it. And even if somebody told me that, I'd be like, yeah, right, okay? But when it came, I figured out, okay, there you go, it's phenomenal. Because before that, when you were playing games, if you were playing a game, so let's say there was a CryptoKitty before the blockchain. So some guy in some university made the CryptoKitty game. You and me, we started playing the game. We started storing our kittens. And this guy got a job, he switched off his server, all our kittens were dead, right? So I'm not a gamer. Now I understand from the gamer's perspective that there is a use case. Now it's on the blockchain, let him stop and go, but our kittens are alive on different nodes. We are distributed. We are decentralized. We don't have to worry about that one company or that one guy that we have to rely on, which is phenomenal.
Incredible.
It is incredible. I couldn't even think of something like that earlier. There was no way I could think about it. I'd have to think that, oh, we need a company, we need multiple servers co-located all over the globe, and they have to have fail-safe, fail-over, all that stuff. Now, you just put the app out there. If it works, it's automatically going through all these processes.
Your background, have you got a tech background?
Yes, I was a programmer. So I was an engineer, then a programmer. I was a trader on Wall Street. I was a market maker, so finance, trading, and programming. Then I went to start my own software company, and from there, that's when I got into the whole blockchain and how we did the Arcadia Crypto Ventures. And we're primarily investors, consultants. We do a lot of consulting work and investments. And then obviously I'm an evangelist. I try to spend a lot of time trying to help people understand the space. I keep myself accessible to people so that they can reach out and ask me, how to bring, explain this in layman terms on why they should be involved, how they can be involved. So that's what I do.
And from the investment point of view, what are you guys looking for in the fund? Is it protocols? Is there a specific niche you guys see this thing moving towards?
Protocols obviously are the ones that work right now. Okay, that's where the action is. Then services, any kind of services, they work. Because the gold rush is going on. Whoever is providing the shovels, it could be the event managers. Like, think of it, these untraceable. If there's an investment possible in untraceable, that's great, right? So then it's like consultants, advisors, marketing guys, TV personalities doing interviews. All these are services that make sense, okay? Now all the apps that are going to come or all the companies that are going to come, it's going to be hard to figure out which one it is. But we still invest. We don't know if it's going to be successful, but we try to invest on the founder. Is the founder good? Does he have integrity? Is he going to be resilient to come up with something? Is he going to take the company forward? So we still invest. We know that 99% of them are going to go to zero. We know, but we just want one or two to succeed.
As you move around the space, what do you see that's exciting you at the moment?
Right now, projects that are really trying to do a lot of user interface stuff and do interoperability, I like that because the chains, there's so many chains, and it's breaking the network effects. And people that use those products are on one chain cannot talk to the other guy, or talk to the same app or somebody using the same app on another chain. I want somebody that can bring interoperability in. It makes sense. Scalability. Looking into, I definitely want to see how they're telling me I'll do if somebody comes in there, I'm going to do 1 million transactions. You got to show it to me. At that point, we look at it from a technical angle to see, does it work? You see, that's the main thing.
Well, it's been amazing talking to you. It's good to get your insights. I know you're speaking tomorrow.
Tomorrow I'm speaking on tokenization of real-world assets. I'm moderating a panel on the tokenization of real-world assets.
So is that like Polymath and Harbor? And
Polymath helps the process, okay? Yes, they help the security formation, right? So I would say that it's going to be a generic one. The whole idea is going to be generic, but about, let's say, gold, you want to tokenize it. or you want to tokenize an art form, art, Monet or something like that. I don't know if it's going to be valuable after you tokenize it, because see, art is a funny thing. You have a Monet which is 100 million that's been sold between 3 billionaires every 7 years, right? Now, if you make it fractionalized, fractional ownership through a token that can be cross-border transactable, okay, you reach that point. Like I bought it for $20, maybe I don't mind selling it for $1, and then the Monet's price is dropping 1 by 20. It drops 20x, right? So liquidity sometimes may not be the best thing for some things, but it's good. It's going to bring a real price to the market then, rather than saying. So people are expecting when tokenization happens, like for real estate, maybe when tokenization happens, it's going to unlock a lot more value because real estate is illiquid and there are other issues. Now, because you made it tokenizable, maybe you can get somebody from India and Africa to invest in a US property which provides more yield. But I don't know regarding an art form. Maybe it's going to work. It's going to make the art form even better. It's going to be more valuable, but that's the future. See, I don't know. But these are gold or other metals. Do you want to store the metal in your home, or do you want to buy a token as a piece, a fractured share on a metal sitting somewhere in somebody's vault?
Man, I'm going to look forward to trying to catch your talk. It sounds fascinating. I think that's where we are going for sure.
It looks like where we're going that way. I don't know. I still always say, I don't know, because it's tomorrow. I wish I had the crystal ball.
Yeah.
If I did, I'm going to put all my money there, but I don't. So I just have to, I have to put a little bit here, a little bit there, and try to figure out which one is that.
How can people follow you and find you?
The best, easiest way to reach out to me is this Facebook, Eapen, LinkedIn, Nithin Eapen. You just put my name, it's Nithin George Eapen, Twitter, Eapen, or once you're there, once you're in LinkedIn, you can get my email, reach out to me by email or things like that. I'm always very accessible.
Thank you so much for your time. We wish you all the best, and we'll catch up with you next time.